All right, let's start retouching. We are going to start by using the spot healing brush. Shortcut is J. Make sure that we are on the correct layer, which is this blank layer at the top of our layer panel. I'll leave my background locked and unchecked for now. I don't want to make any mistakes and accidentally mess up my original pixels. Command plus and minus zoom you in and out. I like to zoom in to about 200%. With the spot healing brush, make sure in your options bar you've got content aware and sample all layers. If you don't check sample all layers, you can sit here all day trying to retouch. And because no pixels exist on this layer, nothing's going to happen. So sample all layers is a must. And then just kind of draw over, make little small marks over the dust that you want to get rid of. This tool tends to work pretty fast and pretty well on this kind of damage. It takes into consideration the texture and luminosity of the area that you are retouching and blends the retouch onto the area with the dust and scratches. So you can see it's not absolutely copying pasting like the clone stamp does, but it tends to work really well in this kind of environment. And because we've got such a gigantic sky, this is a really good solution. You turn off the eyes to turn off your other layers, and you'll see the retouching that you've done. If you do this in a blank layer, it's also good because you can hit E for eraser, and if you make a mistake, you can erase the retouching you don't like, J to go back to selecting the spot healing brush, turn those layers back on, and try it again. The healing brush is a little bit different. You still have some options. I'm going to use sampled and sample current and below. Again, I don't want to do current layer because there's nothing on this layer, and current and below would keep it from sampling anything above. In this case, because this is the top layer, current and below seems to work fine. I'm going to make the brush a little smaller, but there's an extra step with this tool. If I just click, it's going to give me a message as an option click to define a source point. So I need to tell it a clean area so it can put the clean area over this area of dust. So I hold on the option, click, to select a clean area. And then when I move over that area with the dust or dirt and then click, you can see that it replaces it with that. So option click, it loads up the cursor with that clean area and then just kind of brush that in. Right? You want to option click a lot. You don't want to drag it around or you will get some very noticeable retouches. So if I think that this needs to be taken care of, I can click over here in this clean area and option click. And again, I can see all my work there. So this is the spot healing brush in the healing brush. With the patch tool, I like to use the content aware option, adaptation very loose, and sample all layers. And this tool, like the healing brush tool and the spot healing brush tool, also considers luminosity and texture and creates a blend when it's retouching. This also works pretty well. Select the area that you want to get rid of, and you can drag it anywhere you choose. You don't want to select giant areas because if you zoom in, you can notice that you can lose some of the texture of the original image. So I like to use this patch tool in kind of small situations, right? Just little things. In this case, with this particular photograph, I think I would stick to the spot healing brush or the healing brush because those two will work pretty well. If I turn my layers back on, turn this one on and off, you can see that the retouching is starting to work pretty well. So in the next video, we'll go through the clone stamp and we'll continue on by straightening the horizon. File save before we go much further.